Hey guys, today I'm going to do something a little different. I've seen a lot of homemade pepper spray recipes online, and I'm going to um, give my own recipe a little trial here. So basically, what I've got is cayenne pepper. This is 1 ounce of cayenne pepper that I picked up from a health food store for 97 cents for an ounce. And then I went to the ABC store and I bought some 40% gin, 40% alcohol gin for $2. And normally the recipe calls for rubbing alcohol, but I'm actually going to be testing this out on myself, so I don't want to put rubbing alcohol in my eyes. So I'm going to use gin instead. And basically, what you do is you fill this up with alcohol, um, and you leave it overnight, for about 24 hours. And I'm gonna stir this when I'm off the camera here, but you let it sit for about 24 hours, and all of the hot chemicals inside the cayenne pepper will get absorbed into the alcohol, and then after that's done, I'll add some salt, and I'll add some canola oil, and then I'll filter the mixture through a coffee filter, and then I'll dump it into just a regular spray bottle, and then we'll get a video of my one of my roommates spraying me with it, and then I'll try my best to explain exactly what the sensation feels like, because I've seen a lot of videos where people make this, but not many videos where they actually test it out on themselves. I've seen videos where they'll spray it, but they just spray it in the open air. But the whole purpose of making something like this is for personal protection, either from another person or from an animal. And so if it doesn't work well, then we're going to suggest that you not use it or even attempt to use it. But if it does work well, then I will give it a stamp of approval, and by all means I will I'll suggest that you use this for personal protection if that's the only thing you have available. So we're gonna let this sit for about 24 hours, and then I will get back to you. All right, now we've had the cayenne pepper soaking in the alcohol for 2 days, and the next thing we need to do is add some vegetable oil and stir it in there. So it can just be, just a little bit of vegetable oil. It doesn't have to be, perfect mixture or anything. I'm going to stir it up real well, and I'm going to leave it for another day. And then after that, I'm going to put it in a spray bottle, and we're going to test it out and see how potent it is. I'm going to do my best to try to describe the sensation to you, and afterwards I will, tell you whether I think this is a viable self-defense option, either against a person or an animal, whatever. So yeah, there you have it. That's the easy way to make homemade pepper spray. The last thing we need to do before we put this in our container is to filter it out through just a standard coffee filter. And I'll show that to you in just a minute. But first, this is going to sit for a few more hours, and then we'll go ahead and filter it. All right, so here's just a regular glass with a coffee filter rubber band around it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take our mixture here, put this in the sink. Okay. I'm going to actually do this in the sink because I don't want to make a mess. So, bear with me here. I'm only working with one hand. I got to hold the camera and do this at the same time. So let me get this situated for you. Right here. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Okay. I think you probably get the idea. You don't need to sit here and watch the whole process, but this is essentially what I'm doing. And it's gonna filter out all the particles there. It's going very slow, but nevertheless you see it pulling up there in the bottom. And I'm gonna do this until it's all been filtered out, and then I'll put it in probably in one of these little spray bottles that I have, and then we'll get one of my roommates to test it out. All right. I'm going to go ahead and test out the homemade pepper spray solution. I wouldn't advise doing this, but you know, for the sake of trial and just to see the effectiveness of a homemade pepper spray solution, I'm doing this, and I'll try to describe as best I can the level of pain that it inflicts. Okay. Good. Respiratory. I can still see very slight sensation. It's not as painful as I would hope for a homemade pepper spray solution. I mean, as you can see right now, I'm not physically deterred by this. I can still kind of open one eye here. The more I open my eyes, the more it stings.
Yeah.
So.
And Doug.
Okay. Here it goes. Here it's coming now. And okay. See, it took quite a while for it to hit me, but now I can't keep my eyes open. Okay. Yeah. Now it's really starting to burn, and at this point, I am physically. I am not able to do anything. I can't see. I can't open my eyes. Burns like crazy. My respiratory is still hurting, or not hurting. It's a little hard for me to breathe. My eyes are on fire now.
Your eyes are very red.
Yeah. So, okay. I will get back to you. We're gonna cut the video, and I'm gonna clean my face off with activated carbons. Go ahead and cut. Okay. So my respiratory system is still a little agitated. But I cleaned my face with activated carbon, and the pain went down considerably. It took a lot of thorough cleaning, but after this, I would definitely recommend this recipe for homemade pepper spray for a self-defense option. I think it's a viable option for self-defense. However, in this delivery system, I wouldn't recommend it simply because of the fact it took several seconds. You can go back and play the video to see how long it took to actually hit me to where it was.
You were incapacitated.
Incapacitated. I would recommend putting it in a different delivery system, perhaps a squirt gun or a household cleaning bottle with a straight stream, maybe. But after this, I would be confident to use this solution for a self-defense option. It was very, very intense, and I still, after cleaning my face, I still feel the burning. It's not as intense, but if you're not in an environment where you can clean your face right away with something that can remove oil,
a detergent. That's what I used. First, I used a detergent to get the oil off. And the second thing I used was activated carbon to soak up any more of the OC or the chemical there, and it still burns. I feel it in my lips, feel it in my face, around my eyeball, but I can open my eyes now. So yeah, if you use this on someone outside, sprayed them, if there's oil in it and they rub it around,
It's just gonna get worse.
They're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, homemade pepper spray is positive. I would recommend it for self-defense if there's no other option. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.